hang on. I don't even know if it's working or not. Is anybody there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Sure. Oh boy, am I out here all by myself? I don't hear anybody talking. Yes, hi,
hello,
hi.
sir.
Yes, hello. Oh, my little loop ended so soon. Oh, I'll play some more. I love that riff. Oh, well, this was definitely worth it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Right now. You weren't doing
Like, no, I don't. Nobody else has spoken of it. I'm here. We're back. We're back. We're back on the. Hopefully, this is higher energy than the that debate was. But I'm back with Mike. I'm back with Ghoul. Chris Cantwell, Radical Agenda. He's joining us. Are you there, Chris? Oh boy.
Oh, I suppose not. I don't know where Andrew is either. I don't see him.
We were supposed to have Anglin back on here too. I see Radical Agenda. He's not muted. He's got the permissions to talk, but I don't. He's saying he's having a technical issue, so he'll join us.
Yeah, well, we'll just go, and if they join us, then...
Hey, look, I'm looking at the viewers. Almost everybody came back. Dude, we had over 2,000 viewers before when we went to break. That's the most I think I've ever seen for any of these live TRS radio things. I thought that was pretty good. Oh, Chris, somebody help Chris. You need to adjust the your user settings on the bottom there.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, and there's Alex. Alex is here. Is Ghoul here?
What the fuck? Come on, guys.
There you go, Chris.
There you
We got you.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
or no?
here.
Yes, I hear you, Ghoul.
Yes, we
We're
hear
all
you.
back. We're all
Okay.
back.
Everyone's here. All right. Now, I don't know where Andrew is. If he comes in, then that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. So if we weren't running that loop that whole time, we would have been able to do all this off the air.
Whatever.
I can't do
It was
this.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. That was actually like the loop for 90 minutes was more entertaining than the debate was. I don't know. I have pretzels here. I might eat some. I don't know. What did you think? I mean, it opened up with like, who is she arguing with? Like the trumped up, trickled down.
He fucking slaughtered her in the first.
I really
editions.
wish
Was
that
brutal.
they'd done the trade shit last. He fucking killed her
Oh, he
the
destroyed her.
first half hour. He was murdering her like
It was so
like
good.
it was really good, and then it got into other shit that was not as good.
What makes me go black pilly is like she's doing that trickle down stuff, and he's never come close to any kind of position like that. But the people she's talking to might believe it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
the only thing trickling down is the catheter, right?
I mean, the economic stuff, she fell back on like really standard
Yeah.
Democrat talking points, and basically saying, more money for them programs, tax the rich, which that's been their line forever. They're never going to change it.
Right.
We know who they're talking to when they say that. Is they're talking to the Gibbs, like they're talking to the people that want Gibbs, because they are the rent-seeking party. They're the party of people that want to take from the people that produce, and I don't think that matters one way or the other. Frankly, like nobody is going to be convinced. Nobody that's not already voting Democrat is going to be convinced by this talk of like raising taxes and shit. Like that is that. Yeah, I mean, it's not just blacks. It's Mexicans, it's single moms. It's all the rent seekers.
I'm dealing with a bunch of fucking drunk lunatics, is what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's who she's addressing, and that's who likes that. And he's never going to get that shit. So, like,
if you can hear me, fantastic. I can't hear a fucking word out of any of you, so if somebody could give me some better advice than hit Alt F4, that'd be fucking fantastic.
Oh no, he can't hear us. Oh, Chris, son of a bitch.
I have to say, one of my favorite moments was the for 30 years interruption.
Yeah,
he had some. He was bouncing her hard at the beginning. He had
That made me. I was like shit myself laughing at that one.
He was consistently interrupting her, and then she would try to interrupt him, and he would stomp right over her. So I mean, that part was solid.
Yeah, the first half hour was great. It was a massacre. It got kind of bad in the middle. He didn't. I mean, in terms of just to finish on the economic stuff, she was doing standard Democrat shit, and he was doing. Like, he was falling back on some old school Republican stuff. Like, he's talking about cutting taxes and cutting regulation, and that's all fine. But when he was really on is when he was talking about, we're going to keep the companies here and keep our jobs here. And I think that really, to be honest, given what the swing states are and given who he's talking to, I think that alone might be enough, because the people that are losing their jobs in the Rust Belt are not worried about like tax increases on the rich. Like that's not actually motivating them. Tax increases on the rich is motivating to, we know who it's motivating to the rent-seeking class. Like the working class wants companies and jobs coming back. And so he was way, way, way better on that. It started to falter when he could have pressed harder on the emails. I mean, they're going to spend 15 minutes talking about Obama's birth certificate and like not even press her on the emails. He's going to like press him on this bullshit with Howard Stern, like that he said he's for the Iraq war, and not press her on her emails. I mean, it's like, that's fucking bullshit. I think bullshit. Trump could have navigated some of that shit better. Like when it came to that war question, I would have just said, Lester, you're lying. You're fucking lying right now.
I think his answer to the Iraq war thing should have been "Shut up, shit skin," and that's exactly what he should have said. He should have been like, "Shut up, said to the fucking birther thing too." It's like, listen, nigger, I'm not going to fucking entertain your bullshit.
Yeah, but you noticed that he addressed the moderator by name, kept saying Lester this, Lester that. So
which is exactly. It's like, if I want your name, I'll give it to you, Toby. Fuck off.
He was just more personable than Clinton as far as how he interacted with the moderator.
Yeah, he should have been rougher. He should have just like shut those questions down fast and not like, he didn't need to explain Howard Stern and Sean Hannity. He should have been like, you're lying. I was never for the war. It's a lie. Right. Why are you lying on national TV? And that would have. And then you should have also pointed out she voted for the war. Why don't you ask her why she voted for the war?
Right.
And like the fact that he didn't do that, he should have done that. That would have been huge. That'd been huge. And he didn't do that, and he could have done better.
Well, you guys, I'll get back to this. Chris, what else did you have on that? I didn't want to jump in prematurely.
My point. I'm really, honestly, very disappointed in this. I don't know how many of you listened to me tonight, but I was looking forward to this. Like, I was like, he's gonna get on top of her and he's gonna rape her in the fucking ass until she has a fucking stroke on national television. It's gonna be fantastic. And what I ended up with was like exactly what Charles Krauthammer and all these other kike assholes have been fucking telling him to do, which is play it cool and not fucking upset the goddamn Democratic Party. It's like, oh well, I'm actually a very reasonable person, and I don't want to say anything too bombastic because that might upset the fucking coons over in the fucking Detroit area. and it's not going to goddamn do anything for him, and I'm fucking furious about the entire thing. I feel like so upset and let down.
Yeah.
I think there's sort of a weird middle ground happening there, because I think he was pretty bold in certain regards, but not enough to, be effective.
But this is where honestly, what he gave tonight was exactly what fucking Glenn Beck wanted him to give, right? It's exactly what fucking Mark Levin wanted it to give. No, I'm serious here, and I understand that not everybody on this fucking panel is going to agree with me from an economic perspective. What he's saying here is he's like, listen, I think that the United States federal government should control the fucking economy and do whatever the fuck I want it to do, and everything is within the purview of the United States federal government, which means an omnipotent state, which a lot of people in this country are pretty fucking turned off to, which is why they tend to vote against the fucking Democrats. When he comes in there and he's like, okay, I agree exactly with Hillary Clinton. I just think that we should, shuffle this around here and there. And by the way, I'm not going to go after Hillary Clinton. I'm not going to go after any of Hillary Clinton's demographics. I'm not really going to go after any of Hillary Clinton's ideas. I don't want to scare the fucking audience. And I know that this is exactly what everybody's been advising him to do, but I feel like there's nothing he didn't set himself apart in any way tonight, which maybe if you've been if you're one of these MSNBC viewers who's just been told that Donald Trump is a fucking Klan supporting, nuclear bomb flinging asshole, and you watch this for the first time, you're like, oh, maybe he's kind of reasonable. Then perhaps that's exactly what you needed to see. But my perspective on this has been from the beginning that the reason he won the Republican primary, the reason that he became what he has become, the reason why I'm looking at this guy like, Jesus fucking Christ, you are like everything I've ever wanted in politics, is because he went and he smacked these fucking people at the stage. And this woman who's in her fucking deathbed, practically dying on the fucking streets of New York City, fucking losing consciousness and shit, is like, oh, no, I'm just going to discuss policy and fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, it was really normie friendly. It was definitely, I felt like I was just watching a regular old debate. Like there was almost nothing special about it. I mean, I
got to tell you though, if you think that he should have gone like full on like, free market shit on the economic part, like that would have been the fucking suicide. Like whatever our personal opinions on this are, like, he would have shot himself right in the face by doing that. Like, he actually did set himself apart by actually being protectionist, which nobody has been, and that's actually what working class people want. So whether or not you think it's good policy, if you want him to say what people are going to like, he would have fucking shot himself directly in the face if he started going full free market shit. So that's that. I mean, I think he also believes that, but I think he actually killed her. I think he killed her on that segment. That was his best shit, and he basically implied she's totally in the pocket of, and everybody knows. Like, everybody knows she's in the pocket of the fucking oligarchs. Everybody gets that.
Who believes her? Does anyone in the country believe her when she talks about tax cuts for the rich and giving huge, giving reach arounds to Wall Street? I mean, look who she is. What does she represent? I mean, she represents all of those. How, like, does anybody? How out of touch am I that I'm like scoffing at that? Like,
I mean, one thing that Chris will like is that he did put her in a position of arguing for tax increases.
Yeah,
which is never fucking popular.
Never
he's saying I'm going to decrease taxes and bring back jobs with protectionism. Frankly, that's everything that his base wants to hear, and he killed her on that segment.
Yeah, him
my
yelling about
thing on it is simply this: like if you want to have, I feel like you can present the argument, right? You're saying, like, this is why tax increases kill jobs. This is why overregulation kills jobs. But he's not going to make that case specifically because he's saying, I want taxes and I want regulation. I just want them over here, and thus I cannot make the case that taxes and regulations kill jobs.
That case isn't going to do shit for him, though. But that case is not. It's not going to win. He's got to win. And that's not going to win.
Well,
I mean, that's a losing fucking look. Politically, that's a losing fucking argument. He's gonna his whole base is gonna fucking just jump ship if he starts making. I mean, you got to understand, Chris. That is not a popular position. People don't like it. I know you think it's totally correct, but people don't like that shit.
But I'm saying, like, there's no argument being made. Even if the argument is something completely different than something I agree with, I don't feel like the argument was made whatsoever.
This is the 3D world. It doesn't matter. Arguments don't matter. He's got to present well.
But you got to play the democracy game, and that's always that will. If you want to play the democracy and you're going to win, you're not going to look smart by the end of it.
So. Well, yeah, that's sort of the problem with this. Exactly, I understand.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like, we got to fucking satisfy the plebs so they vote for us. So let's say a bunch of things that are completely fucking obnoxious and have no chance to bring any prosperity to anybody.
Can we talk about the 400-pound elephant in the room?
What, the guy that's hacking the DNC?
The 400-pound NEET in the room,
the
sitting on the
400-pound
edge
green
of his bed,
frog hacking into her emails.
hacking the cyber, protecting the DNC servers.
Listen, cyber is tough.
I was like, on
that entire, I was like, what is he? I'm like, just stop talking. You don't need the whole 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You're saying nothing.
I think like the last hour was just what am I watching? I was so hyped, man, after the first half hour, and then it was
first half hour was fucking solid. Though. It was hit after hit.
Him not letting go that NAFTA was the worst thing that happened to this country's economy was just like I was fapping through that. That was great. I wonder how. I hope that hits home with a lot of people. I mean.
Yeah, I wish that had just been at the end. It would have been a fucking tremendous victory for it. Like, we would all be saying he killed it if that was the thing that they did at the end.
Are you guys under the opinion though that like we just talked about how arguments don't win shit, right? Because people are dumb as a box of fucking rocks. Do you think that the average American voter today, of all these millennial fucking shitheads who are concerned about their goddamn safe spaces, do you think these fucking people are like, oh, that's right, he's completely right about that NAFTA thing. I was watching that. People have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Do you think that's a winning argument?
Well, I
think going after NAFTA is a winning position.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's a correct position, and it's not because I favor all of this protectionism. I just don't think NAFTA is real free trade. But it is a true thing that he's saying. But I don't think that the general electorate understands this for a fucking hole in the wall.
I think the general electorate hears that and they hear outsourcing bad, and I'm going to make this company bring this factory back to your state. To the extent of whether or not that's actually true, who knows? It's probably not a zero-sum game when you do that, but that's a good it's a good argument in that sense. I mean, that's how I take it. Like, okay, he's doing this with the intention of saying, okay, manufacturer, you can't go set up shop in fucking Costa Rica and send it back over our border with no tariffs and undercut what's possible to be created here in our country. So that's over with. And I think people who are unemployed, or all these white people out here hooked on heroin with no jobs or whatever the fucking stereotype is now, like this, that's the cure for it. people see it that way.
Yeah, and why should I give a fuck about some abstract principle if I can use the power of the state to help my people? Why should I give a fuck about some abstract principle of free trade?
Do you want me to make that case?
I mean, not really. I mean, I know what you're going to say.
I understand. The abstract principle that I would make, and I understand that, like, in the current situation we're dealing with, it's like, fuck off. Because the fact of the matter is... No, let me just try, okay? Because the idea is, if there was free trade, there would be a series of economic circumstances that would be more favorable. The fact that we don't have free trade, the fact that we are getting fucked over by all these countries, I think one of the things he brought up, which was something I wasn't even aware of, but he mentioned tonight, is that, like, okay, we sell to Mexico, there's a 16% tax, they sell to us, there's not. Well, that's not free trade, asshole, that's privilege checking.
Right. Yeah, but
that's fuck you, America, get paid Mexico, right?
Yeah, but you think the answer is repealing the 16% tax going into Mexico? Like, the fucking beaners are going to buy all kinds of shit from us, and we're going to... we're going to balance that deficit. I don't think that's the way it's going to work.
Also,
it doesn't cares? much like, well, who fucking cares? But it's also like, much like the benefit of open borders and open immigration is the benefits all on the brown people side of the table. It's the same with free trade too. Like, they get to trade with rich people. We get to send money to poor fags with brown. I don't like. What's the good in that? Like, how does that benefit? I mean, it benefits some people, but it's a big expense to a lot.
I'm not a fan of open immigration, so I wouldn't.
No, I know you're not. I'm just saying, like, the same kind of principle applies. It's like, okay, it's like low agency, low IQ brown people coming in.
No, the difference. We're
not talking about economics anymore. All right.
I would real quick, just the trade difference between trade and immigration, real quick. Goods always have somebody who wants them. People are a completely fucking different story. When hordes of unwashed masses come pouring across the border with fucking nothing, and they get subsidized by the United States federal government, that is a significantly different thing than when I buy something that I want from China and it winds up at my fucking house. Very different story. That's all I want to
buy it from somebody in China because you can get away with not buying it from your neighbor. I think you should buy it from your neighbor.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I think my neighbor's a fucking entitled dick who voted for a higher minimum wage, and he should get fucking thrown out of a helicopter.
Well, okay. Still, though, I mean, maybe you'll have another neighbor.
No, I mean,
this is talking.
I know. Mike doesn't.
Hold on.
Mike doesn't want to do this.
No, eat my ass for a second. I'm fucking.
Ooh, I don't want to eat your ass.
Okay. So,
well, it's going to be that kind of party.
The concept is, like, from a perspective of nationhood and people. It's not just like your neighbor, meaning like a tabula rasa, like, individual. It's like anyone who. We have a distinct group with distinct interests, and we would like to benefit those people the most. Now, if some fucking faggot throws a fit about free trade, says, no, I want to outsource to here because it will make more money for me, I don't give a fuck, because I care a lot more about my own people as a whole.
Even if we reach a, like, Pareto suboptimal solution by protecting industry here, like, I don't fucking care. Like, we're going to use the tools at our disposal to help our own people. Like, you're never going to make me feel bad about that on behalf of some theoretical principle that is actually not empirically provable. So, I don't think we need to fucking talk about the economic. Everybody gets libertarian economics. Like, everyone here.
I would beg to differ. I don't think everybody gets libertarian economics.
Dude, we're not arguing. It doesn't matter. We're not arguing libertarian.
I think that most libertarians don't
get
libertarian
economics. Cut him off if he's going to talk about it.
All right. Well, let's move on to something that let's just change the subject. We don't have to.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, if he's not going to shut up, then
we can do it.
Move on.
He's doing good. We'll
move on. The next thing. Just talk about non-economics, and I won't make economic arguments. I promise. Let's talk about blacks. We'll all agree. Physical removal.
What did you think of the DR3? How was the DR3ing, Mike?
Wasn't as bad as it
was. As bad as I was expecting.
Trump did what we knew he was going to do. He just stuck with the law and order. He must have repeated that phrase 6 or 7 times.
Wow.
I wish he would go on a little more.
He was invited to do DR3. He didn't do it. He did bring it up later on, but when he was essentially given the question where he's expected to do DR3, he didn't. And that was good. He focused on law and order, and he kept saying it. I mean, he must know that that's a word that people like.
Yeah.
But But
he said it like he wanted to bring the TV show back, though. We got to bring back Law and Order.
Yeah, we don't need to bring back that show.
I liked when he got into the stop and frisk stuff when they challenged him on it was found unconstitutional. I wish he had been a little more. I wish he had sold it a little more on the technicalities there with the judge and the mayor not pursuing.
Yeah,
the
that's another thing where the argument is actually technical, and he did kind of actually do that, but it's not something that everybody can grasp. Like
you have to find a way. Yeah, you have to find a way to take something that's technical like that and turn it into a quick, soundbitey, easy thing that or maybe make up some kind of analogy. I don't know. He needed something else on it because that's a good point. It's a good point to say, I'm going to be the Law and Order candidate in New York City. We had this process, this policy in place that it was found unconstitutional by a judge, but this new mayor, and you take this mayor, you tie him to Black Lives Matter, you tie him to Obama, you tie him to Hillary, and say he doesn't want to continue this policy because of a separate agenda. You just do whatever and present this as something that a responsible politician would be pursuing and would be doing for his people, that he's not, and that Hillary is that kind of person that goes, and then she comes, well, they found it unconstitutional. It's like, yeah, they found it unconstitutional because stop and frisk is targeting people with brown skin because the people with brown skin are the ones that need to be stopped and frisked because they're the ones doing crime in New York City, if anybody looks at the numbers. So he could have presented
he was also correct.
I also found pretty staggering about this. And anytime, it's still funny to me to have somebody get into an argument about constitutionality with a gun grabber lunatic like Hillary fucking Clinton in New York City. Because you know what? The judges in New York City are so concerned about the United States Constitution that getting a carry permit in that city, you got to be a fucking diamond deal to do it.
Yeah.
Right? And they're going to tell me that my constitutional rights are not protected when I'm like a professional business person working in a respectable district of Manhattan. But, some fucking didn't do animal walking around with a 45 caliber high point in his fucking sagging down jeans. He's really fucking important because his Fourth Amendment is being violated.
The funny thing is that Trump's also right when he said that that murders are going up. Of course, when you have the way they frame this shit is bullshit because he's right on that, right? And the moderator is agreeing with Hillary Clinton that murders are going down. That's not true. Murders are up 11% as of 2015.
As of recent statistics, which
and it's part. Yeah, I mean, that's something that that's actually something that came out today. But in New York City, they're definitely up. And
if we pull it back 30, 40 years, then it
looks good.
I mean, they can say it's gone down over 30 years relatively, but I mean they're saying it's lower than it's ever been, which is not true because it's going back up, and that's the Ferguson effect. And he said it's going back up, and he was right, but they don't. The way it's framed, it's like the way the whole thing is framed is that any assertion he makes is fact checkable, wrong, a lie, and that Hillary's assertions are fundamentally trustworthy, and he's got to turn that around. He's got to figure out some way to turn that around. I think really he did a bad job staying on the offense. He was on the offense for the first half hour. It was great. And then he kind of let the initiative get taken back, and that was bad. And he's got to figure out a way to keep that initiative for the whole 90 minutes. And what he's got to do, he's got to think of all these. They're always going to cover these main topics, right? It's always going to be trade, security, healing our nation, and all this bullshit. So he's got to think of a way in every one of those that he can keep attacking. He should not have let the email thing go so quickly. He let it go way too fast, and the moderators didn't have any plans to ask a question about that. I mean, if he hadn't brought it up, they would have not said anything.
That's a really good point.
They're going to talk about Obama's birth certificate, and they're going to talk about, bullshit. The good thing is
the housing policy. Didn't the moderator bring that up, or was that Clinton? Who was it that asked that question?
What you mean with the suit of lawsuits against him for housing? Yeah, that was the moderator. I think I don't know. It was one of the yeah. Oh no, I think she brought that up. No, it was Hildog. She brought that up. Yeah.
Your dad got sued.
It really it is crazy that the moderator didn't say anything about Hillary Clinton's emails. You think that would have been one of the...
Well, no, I don't think they were going to say anything about it.
He brought it. He did do a follow. Mr. Trump just brought up your email scandal, and he did ask her something about it. But it was he totally let her skate. She just got to say, "Well, it was a mistake I made." It's like,
yeah, I mean, that's it.
You want a fact checking? You want a fact checking moderator? It's like, oh, a mistake you made that would land a normal person in fucking jail.
Yeah, he should have made them spend like 15 minutes on that.
Basically, anytime they leveled some accusation at him, especially the birther shit, he should have just been like, "Oh, give me a break with that nonsense," and went right back into hit her on the emails, hit her on Ben.
Let's talk about something important.
Yeah, or you're calling. Oh, now you're going to call me right because the what Alex just brought up, the lawsuits, the prejudice laws. He should have just been like, oh, gee, you're going to call me a racist? Neat. Well, how about and just go right back into, just be flippant.
He should have also called her on calling the cops racist.
Yeah,
because people don't like that. Like, people really don't like that they call like all cops racist. At least white people don't like it. I mean,
well, and more than that, what she went into was this, concept of implicit bias that all of us have. That is, it is literally all white people are racist. Is basically what she was trying to imply. And I wish he would have picked that apart a little bit, because we get this so often from these left wing fanatics. Down in Charlotte, there was this one clip. I'm sure a lot of you saw it, where this woman was talking to one of the reporters, and she says, "You see this, pointing to her skin? You see this, pointing to her skin?" And she says, "Well, okay, he got shot carrying a gun, waving it around while the police told him to drop it. But, I could be shot at school or at work or sitting in my car." Because, that's exactly what's happening, is the police are going out and blowing black women's brains out while they're going to college for no fucking reason. This is the attitude that these people have. And going and challenging that, I think, is a good way to point out the ridiculousness of all this, and it never happens.
Yeah, I mean, and what she means when she says I could be shot, another black person, right? Like that's who she could be shot with, like going out shopping or whatever. The idea that like cops are like cops like hunting down black people is bullshit.
Oh,
we've already deconstructed that.
Deadly.
Just because there's a profit motive in keeping people in the prison.
Yeah, like what's the why are doing that? Yeah, they talk about the for-profit prisons, which isn't even a real thing. But like, I mean, he could have gone so much harder. If he had said, like, "Are you calling all white people racist?" that would have been great. People would have really liked that, because, like, that's effectively what they were doing. Like, it's a problem that we all have. And here's the thing: like, Republicans hate that. They don't like being called racist, and most white people, I think, don't like being said like you're racist fundamentally. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he could have. I don't know. He could have done a lot better. And I've always this is why I don't really like debates, and I've never really watched them, because I always know like a much better thing that he could say than what he's saying, and I'm just like, ugh. But yeah.
I like
he was great for the first half hour. Though.
I like how
I disagree. I don't think any part of this was great. He has the fucking potential to be great. We saw him fucking call Jeb Bush low energy. We saw him call Ted Lyon 10. We saw him belittle these people who thought they were great men, make them feel like puny, insignificant kindergarten faggots. And then he went up there with Hillary Clinton, who's half in the fucking casket already, and he's like, "Oh, go ahead, make your point, sweetheart. I wouldn't want to offend anybody."
He should have asked her, like, "So how you feeling?" Just throw that in there somewhere. You feeling about?
He should have brought
pneumonia seems to be clearing up. How's your fucking hypothyroidism, you postmenopausal piece of shit?
Yeah, and the fact that at the end he's like, there was something I could say, and it's very mean, and I'm like, he's gonna talk fucking collapsing. He should have done it.
Yeah,
you know what it might have been shit about Bill Clinton. Like, because he said it's something very mean about you and your family, and I could say it, but I won't. And it's like, oh, he's talking about, dick and hose.
Yeah, I mean, even that. Like, like he's like, okay, well, you want to invite Mark Cuban, I'll invite Jennifer Flowers. Like, I think he could have done better with, like, Juanita Broderick or one of these fucking rape victims would have been a better, like, reference.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, when
the woman who voluntarily sucked your man's dick. I think we get the woman who was like, Jesus Christ, he beat the shit out of me and fucked me while I cried for help would have been better.
Yeah. The people were saying, like, she's too exposed. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Like, a lot of people don't even know who Juanita Broderick is because it's been successfully suppressed. So, like, people younger than 20 have no fucking clue. Maybe even younger than 30. But
are you a conspiracy theorist if you know who she is? I think that makes you a conspiracy theorist.
Like, right? Actually, even knowing who she is.
Yeah,
it's
like Benghazi. You're just crazy. It's like birtherism.
Yeah, well, you're just promoting these crazy theories. I mean, why after all of these years, have none of them been charged with a crime? I mean,
I don't
crazy.
know.
You're just nuts.
They didn't charge me for the emails either.
It's just insane.
Well,
I mean, it's weird.
Getting mixed feedback in the chats and stuff. We got one guy saying he won.
That's why we shouldn't have a live. That's why I shouldn't have a live Spurg chat. It's just distracting. But the other thing is when she was talking about how like he stiffed so many small business people.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Bill Clinton joke. It was like I was like, come on, dude, just do it. Talk about like you shouldn't be talking about stiffed. Maybe ask your husband about getting stiffed or something like that. I mean, I feel like the whole political class would have turned on him if he did that. Like every single pundit would have been like, "Well, I was out of line," but it would have been so fucking awesome.
I think the
everybody would have
been. Yeah, and I think the polls would have reflected a nice bump there.
The thing I got to tell you, I was in New York City working in IT, and I had to deal with a lot of construction crews dealing with like camera installations, IT installations, voices, sort of thing. Okay, a lot of these people are fucking crooks. All right. And I don't know exactly what the circumstances were with each of one of his things and business bankruptcies and whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of times, it's a ruthless business, construction in New York City, and people will try to rip you off. And if you are not willing to say, hey, I won't fucking pay you, you can't get anything done. You have to be able to say, fuck you, go ahead, take me to court to get a job done a lot of the time. And I don't blame him one bit for any of that.
No, nobody blames him for that shit. Like, it's just what you got to do. And these people will like try and like charge you for like every little.
Change orders. Like, let me just say change orders. Okay? Change orders. Anybody who's ever been in construction knows what I'm talking about. Like these people are like, oh, you want this? I'm going to charge like $10,000 extra for this thing that cost me $20 worth of equipment to run because they think they can get away with it because they're like, oh, and then you're going to have to fire me and hire a new contractor and that's going to cost you more. And they do all these sick asshole fucking things. The construction industry in New York is fucked. It's partly because of all the pro-union policies of the New York City government. And so you get fucked over 6 ways from Sundays, and if you're not willing to say, hey, fuck you, you're not going to get paid for the work you do, then you have no negotiating position. He's a smart guy.
Yeah. And I mean, they'll like get you to, you'll be paying for like these Mexicans to sit around for like 8 hours. And it's like, what is this? They're just literally just sitting around. I mean, you walk past construction sites in New York City, and there's just Mexicans lounging around.
It's because El Jefe's not there.
Yeah. It's the El Jefe isn't there. He comes back, and like they'll stand up and maybe mill around, pretend to work.
And the guys who work hard, they get shouted at by other people who are senior union people who say you're making us look bad. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is legitimate. I actually had a friend that got his ass for doing that. But
yeah, it happens all the fucking time. It's sick what happens.
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody actually blames him for that. I mean, that's such a bullshit thing. I mean, the like intimate digging. I mean, just the whole spectacle of the intimate digging into the details of his company. When you have Hillary Clinton, who's been like one of the most corrupt people in public life for.
Yeah,
almost 30 years, and like there's no like picking apart. Like, how much could you pick apart if you were like? It's like, what do they got on him? 4 bankruptcies and some contractors that he stiffed, probably rightly so. Like that's it. That's what you got. Look at this person. She's how many bodies? Where are the bodies with her? And like how many of them are there? How many countries? How many whole societies has she like destroyed? And like it's like, dude, you didn't pay a contract. It's like, dude, you fucking destroyed 3 countries.
Like, you're a mass murderer. Well, you declared bankruptcy in accordance with the laws of the United States of America. You deleted 33,000 emails which contain national security secrets. Fanatic, what are you doing?
You were in favor of the action against Gaddafi. Oh, who carried it out? Fucking cunt.
Yeah. I know this was very briefly addressed, and I'm sorry to bring it back up because I know we already covered this very briefly, but I'm so furious about them saying Lester Holt and all these people. There was the other one at the commander-in-chief forum, Lauer, and they're like, oh, well, you said during this off-the-cuff interview, yeah, I guess. I wish that he had said those exact words. What he said to Howard Stern in that interview was literally, yeah, I guess. Howard Stern, do you agree with the invasion of Iraq or the Iraq war? And he said, I guess so. And then he, before the war even started, as he mentioned, went on the air with Cavuto, talked to Hannity and whatever. I wish he had used those exact words. He said, I was asked off the cuff, and I said, yeah, I guess so. I support my country. Would have been a perfectly fine answer to that, and he's just acting like it never happened. And I wish that he would give people a more solid answer. And maybe politically, I understand people are dumb as a box of fucking rocks. So you just have to say, hey, dismiss it, they're liars. But I wish he had done that better because I think he could have.
Yeah, I mean, you got to wonder sometimes like where these brilliant fucking political analysts that are like advising people come from, because it's like, dude, put me on his advisory team, and maybe he just doesn't listen to them. I don't know, but it's like I'll have like we as a team sitting right here, we could come up with like so much better shit for him to say. That would not be like just pushing our particular agenda, but actually just be like killing blows on these things. Like, and you know, it's like when the fucking Iraq war comes up, you've got to mention Hillary voted for it. You know, like if he's like, yeah, so Howard Stern asked me, said, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, he never did say that she voted for it.
Like
right.
he should have been like, she fucking voted for it.
Right.
And if she changed her mind, she's got to tell us why. Why were you so wrong and changed her mind? Why? What was so bad about what happened there that you had to change your mind? So you were responsible for something really bad? Do you admit that? I mean, he could have done all this shit. Can
I bring up the worst fucking foreign policy pet peeve that I have? Like, why doesn't anyone say when they start flinging shit around about ISIS? Oh, I have a plan for ISIS. This one has a plan for ISIS. You don't have a plan for... Why doesn't he say, right now, our administration is having us bomb the people who are fighting ISIS?
Yeah, I mean, that's
like, why isn't that like what is the problem with she can accuse him of being in bed with Putin, or like actually like suggesting that he is seriously saying that like Russian hackers should hack our government or whatever the fuck that ridiculous allegation. Like, why can't he say, why are you trying to start a war with Russia? Like, you want to basically escalate conflict with them. You want to start a new Cold War. Like, why can't he say that? Why can't anybody say that the good guy here is Assad? It's like...
I think it's a fantastic point, because one of the things I'm most terrified about...
Well, I think we actually know. We actually know one.
Whoa, one at a time. Chris, sorry. You started up first. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm off. Go.
Oh.
I was going to say, we know one reason why. And it's he talked to our pal, Mr. BB.
Yeah.
Great friend to Israel.
Believe me, he's not happy. He's not happy, Goyim.
Yeah, that shit really pissed me off whenever that.
Yeah, I was fucked. I hate that. That's like the one thing that makes me feel kind of cucky about this whole thing.
Yeah,
come on, dude.
That was not acceptable.
But, and he doesn't have to say that.
The guy gave his fucking daughter to a kike. You didn't think he was going to give his country over to him. You're out of your mind. We're talking about levels of evil here, gentlemen. We're trying to deal with the less of them. And you know, believe me, I don't fucking think that Donald Trump is a goddamn answer to all of our fucking problems. Hillary Clinton is going to be, you know...
God damn it, I knew this was a mistake. This was excruciating watching this fucking thing, because now we have to deal with these things that, you know... I would rather just dream that everything is going to be fine. No, I'm just kidding. But fucking Christ.
Well, you know what? I've personally been saying Donald Trump is the answer to everything.
Oh, I know. He is the answer to everything.
Can you hear me now?
Whoever that is, I hear you.
Yes. Were you muted? Sorry, dude.
Apparently. I had no idea why.
Sorry. I wasn't doing that.
I didn't mute. Nobody has the power.
I was going to say, like, when it comes to Israel, though, there's a reason why there are so many articles out there about Israeli, either dual citizens or just Israeli Jews being like, oh, you voted Trump. No, don't vote for him. It's because he's said many times in one way or another that, you know, America first.
Yeah.
And
that's anti-Semitic, Goyim. What are you trying to put parentheses around a man's name? Come on now.
That's basically another show. Like, you can't actually, you know, put your own people first. That's
here's the thing.
You know, there's another guy who also cared about his country. His name was Hitler. Here's
the question. Do you think that when he said, like, I've been audited many times and there's people that have never been audited, you think that was a dog whistle? I do.
There's people.
They never get audited. I'm pretty sure that was a dog whistle there.
Yeah.
I don't know. The funniest thing is when they hear a dog whistle. And like maybe we didn't pick up on it, but they see it and they're like, "This is anti-Semitic." He said there's people that don't get audited. It's like, wait, why would you think he's talking about you?
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Do you know something we don't know? You know, I mean, so yeah, I mean that's pretty. Because I actually didn't even notice that before when I was like, again, reading it in another Jewish publication where they're like, "What does Donald Trump mean when he says there's people that don't get audited? Is this another canard?"
real quick, just as long as we're addressing JQ type of stuff, I think the last time I spoke to you guys, I was not entirely sold on this. I was like, I don't know if you guys are right about them kites. And what happened was, I installed that fucking coincidence detective browser plugin, and I gotta tell you, like, it ruined my life. Okay, like, I don't have friends anymore because everything I see, I'm like, the kites did this. Jesus Christ. And like, I honestly wasn't like that before.
Put them in the oven.
And look,
Dude, just read
these oven dodgers are ruining everything. It's true.
And in the oven it goes.
Oven dodgers.
Pop it in the oven.
Yes, oven dodgers.
Fucking Christ killing.
I'm Jewish and a woman.
Wow.
I mean, when I heard him talking about that, people not getting audited, I'm like,
That's nothing but a racket for the Jews.
Whoa. That got chewed up. Can you hit that one again? I didn't hear it.
oh god, my soundboard just fucking crashed. So
Oh no!
Wait, hold on.
It's nothing but a racket for the Jews.
Oven right now is at 616 degrees.
We'll just do these for a little while.
I'm Jewish.
Why is nobody doing the crispy kernel?
His soundboard just crashed, he says.
No, I got it back.
Oh, you got it back. You got it back.
But I'm waiting for the correct time.
Oh, all right.
Right now is the correct time. Do it.
Extra world of pain.
Oh, shit, I stepped on it.
Yeah, well, don't wait. Fuck off.
I didn't mean to.
Extra crispy.
Why an extra crispy?
Cooking it down, the skin's nice and crispy.
No, that's the wrong one.
That's pretty good though. That was
I was looking for my sword way or crispy. That's my good one, crispy.
Am I an extra crispy boy?
all right.
That's just creepy though.
So,
that's good.
do we have any more hard hitting?
Hard hitting? I wish the truth about Russia and ISIS in Syria would be something that somebody would fucking touch. You know, it's kind of important. It's really everybody wants to talk about, oh, what a mess the Middle East is. What a mess, what a mistake. If you're gonna campaign on the Iraq war was a huge mistake and we shouldn't have done it, how about like, hey, look, we're running headlong into the same thing in Syria. Mention, by the way, they're trying to change the regime again of a fucking secular kebab dictator who's keeping like the fundies in line in that country. And oh, he's the only one fighting the great enemy ISIS, who for some reason isn't fighting Israel. They hate it. They hate everything. I mean, you know,
he used chemical weapons against his people.
I mean, yeah. Where have I heard that before?
That's exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like that's exact. It's copy and paste. It's copy.
It's the same thing, but at the same time, everybody's talking about how terrible Iraq was. But this is like, you're right. It's copy and paste. It's fucking Jewish copy pasta.
Hero, nothing different. Try to find something different. Try.
No, I mean that's when you know that, like, you know, there's big fucking things we need to break through.
I mean, is it just 80s nostalgia? Right?
There's huge things we need to break through, and like this complete fucking everybody talking about this stuff is saying everything wrong, and you know, the funny thing is that the correct narratives are out there. Like, we all know them, and it's not just us. It's libertarians also know them. Some leftists also know them. Like, I think like there's a big chunk of the country that knows this is all lies and bullshit. Yeah, like there's a big chunk of on all sides. You know, on the right, left, middle, whatever. Maybe not the middle. A bunch of fags. But like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not like mysterious. Like, we go into any fucking hard left chat room and they're going to be right on board. Like, this is bullshit. The U.S. is funding ISIS. Mm-hmm. You know, we all know this. And I mean, we got to get somebody out there that's going to be like, why are we fucking doing this? And not only we're funding ISIS, you know, we're bombing these countries. We're fucking funding ISIS, and they're bringing their people in. Like, how fucking retarded is that?
Yeah, but unfortunately, the fucking far left chat rooms are usually like, we should not fund ISIS and bring their people here. That's why I want to encourage, you know, every once in a while I hear these ideas about what fucking kind of alliance can the alt-right make with fucking leftists, and the answer is we can fucking give them helicopter rides. It's the end of the fucking extent.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's an alliance that can be made. I'm saying is that they know that they know the truth on some of this stuff. Of course, their moral premises and their narratives make it imperative that, like, they believe that if we didn't bomb these people and we didn't fund ISIS and we still brought them over, that everything would be A-okay and they turn into white people or whatever. But
hold up, we were saying before about the dog whistle with the IRS. Some Root for Thought linked in the chat right here. It's a Washington Post. Donald Trump says IRS audits could be tied to being a, quote, strong Christian.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a dog whistle.
I'm always audited by the IRS, which I think is very unfair. I don't know, maybe it's because of religion, maybe because of something else, maybe it's because I'm doing this, although it just recently... This is just recently Chris Cuomo cuts. What do you mean religion? Well, maybe because of the fact I'm a strong Christian. I feel strong about it. Maybe there's a bias, Trump said. You think you're getting audited for being a strong Christian? Well, you see what's happened.
I mean,
come on!
Yeah.
Dr. Robotic in the chat, he puts just strong Christian with stars of David on either side of it, which I thought was fucking hilarious. I'll just look at it real quick. But listen, gentlemen, I'm gonna punch out real quick. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna do plugs. ChristopherCantwell.com, RadicalAgenda.com if you want to catch up with more of me. iTunes, Stitcher, Roku, YouTube, all that stuff. Thank you guys very much for having me on. I had a fucking blast talking.
Yeah, man, Chris, thanks for jumping on, man.
I got a little bit salty.
Salty.
Don't worry about you. Hey, you want to get fucking salty with me, motherfucker? You come be a guest on the show, and I get salty with you all fucking day. I enjoy it.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, to fucking do it. Okay.
I don't like all this salt talk. I don't know.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll fucking yeah. I don't know. I was going to make a degenerate reference, but I'm not going to do that because this is a wholesome program. I'll see you.
This is a wholesome program. Take it easy, Chris.
Sounds pretty alt right.